Hey guys, this is Sunny from Pursuit of Motion Physiotherapy. Just wanted to go over a great topic that we had, a great discussion that we had this week about squats and the importance of squats and how to make some adjustments to improve the technique. I'd like to thank Evan Taylor, one of the owners, one of the fine young gentlemen that owned Farm Strong Athletics, an Olympic lifting gym. Great place, you guys should check out their website. And I wanted to thank him for contributing a huge amount to what squats are from a coaching perspective, right? So as a physiotherapist, I see certain things. As a coach, he sees certain things. Great way to collaborate. We also have the video on YouTube. So just wanted to highlight some of the things that are important for squats and give you guys some tips that you can try out. So stay tuned. So if you didn't notice, the first video I was in a squat the whole time. I needed to take a break because my legs were on fire, so now I'm having a seat. So that goes into our next point is, it challenges the mobility and strength around your ankle, your knee, your hip, and your back as well. So if you look at bang for the buck, great exercise to work on all of those aspects, especially if you're breaking neutral, breaking parallel. If you look at it from an athletic perspective, increases power and strength. So helps with sprint times, helps with jumping, all those kind of variables. So a very good thing to do for athletes. From an aging perspective, helps strengthen the muscles around the joints, therefore helps with the osteoarthritis process. So it helps with pain management, helps with joint breakdown as well. So a great thing to do. The only time I limit the depth is when people have significant pain associated with the mobility. So that's what I watch for. So if you have those issues, don't go too deep. If you don't, try to get deeper and see how it goes. And next up, we're gonna do some stretches as warm up. Great stretch to do, as you just see my legs, is doing a stretch for your hip flexor. So something that can get quite tight and uncomfortable when you do a lot of squats. So what you do is you come to a bench or like a stool, put one foot on it, and then one foot in front, and you bend your hips forward until you get a good stretch kind of in this area. You hold for 30 seconds, and then repeat on the other side. If you can't do this, you could just put your foot down on the ground, and then push forward, and feel the stretch in the same spot. Hold for 30 seconds, 3 times on each side. And then if you need to have a support on the ground, this is an athletic floor, so it's a bit softer. So if you're on a hard floor, use maybe a mat or a sponge or something like that to give your knee a little break. So 30 seconds, 3 times. So next up, we got some stretching for the glutes. Not too hard to do, just laying down on your back, bringing one leg up to your chest and slightly towards the other shoulder. So if I got my left leg, I'm going towards my right shoulder, feeling a really good pull in this area, holding for 30 seconds, and switching sides and doing the other side. So holding for 30 seconds, you want a good strong pull, and you definitely want to do it a few times. You can hold for up to a minute if that's comfortable, or if you could do it. So you got your hip flexor stretch, you have the glute stretch. Next up, we're going to work on some hip rotation. Guys, so for the next exercise, it's an internal rotation stretch. So a lot of people might have their feet fanned out quite wide when they squat. This could be a good correction technique. So for example, feet are too wide when you squat. This is to help bring them a little bit straighter. You do want your feet externally rotated slightly when you squat, but this would not be a good thing. So trying to get those a little bit straighter. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use a foam roller right here. We're gonna walk up to the wall. So you want your hips to be about 90 degrees. And what you're gonna do is pinch with your knees and walk your feet out to rotate your legs inwards technically. So pushing, holding, you can see my legs are out a little bit, holding for 30 seconds and doing that 3 times. Really good stretch to do. Try between sets and see if it makes a difference. All right guys, time for a squat. So we've done some stretching. This should help you get a little bit deeper and a little bit better form. So what you want to do is you're going to grab the bar kind of between your shoulder blades. You're going to have your feet relatively shoulder width apart, and you're going to have your feet rotated externally a little bit. I'd say like 20 to 25 degrees. And then you're going to come straight down like this. And what you can see is, if you look at the bar, it's going straight down. If you were to make a line, kind of towards my midfoot, my mid to forefoot. That's kind of how you want the bar placement. So I'm nice and low, I have broken parallel, and getting nice and deep and comfortable into a squat. So coming back down, coming up, and down. So give this a try. give the warm-ups a try and see if it helps your squats.